Om Shri Satnam Sakhi, Jai Shri Krishna. Satsang Varkha Book 10. Compilation of Satsang Discourses of Param Pujya Satguru Swami Shanti Prakash Ji Maharaj. Discourse 3. Guru Maharaj Ji narrated a story. Akbar and his wife loved each other very much. Where there is love, there is bonding. So, once the queen spoke bitterly to the king, for which he was upset with her. As time went by, his hatred for the queen grew so much that Akbar wrote a letter to her to go back to her parents' house. He also told her to take everything that she would like to take with her. Reading this, the queen was very sad and broken. The maid consoled her, offered her a glass of water, and asked the reason for crying. The queen showed her the letter, and she suggested to the queen to call Birbal and seek his advice. Birbal was called. The queen gave the letter to Birbal and asked him to read. After reading, Birbal consoled her and said, "Respected queen, please don't worry. Everything will be okay." He advised her to write a letter to the king which said, "My dear lord, you have abandoned me. Although it is very sad and heartbreaking, I cannot disobey your orders. But I request you to kindly meet me once before I leave for my maternal home." King Akbar read this letter. He was touched and agreed to meet the queen. In the night he came to meet her and asked, "Tell me, what is the matter?" The queen said, "My lord, I will obey your orders, but before I leave, I request you to spend a beautiful and memorable evening with me." Akbar agreed. So the queen served him some wine, and after drinking a few glasses, he fell asleep. As soon as he fell asleep, the queen called for 2 palkis, one for herself and the other for King Akbar, and went to her parents' home. She prayed and hoped that she would succeed in her plan. After some time, Akbar woke up and wondered where he was. Akbar asked, "Who are you?" The queen said, "I am your wife." Akbar said, "How did I come here?" The queen said, "My lord, we are in my maternal home." Akbar said, "How did I reach here?" The queen said, "I brought you here." Akbar said, "Why did you bring me here?" The queen said, "It was your order that I should go back to my maternal home and I should take whatever I liked. So I left all the wealth behind and brought you, as all I wanted was you. I have done everything according to your order." Akbar was pleased listening to the queen's words. He embraced the queen lovingly, and all the hatred he had for her ended. Akbar then asked the queen, "Dear queen, tell me, who gave you this idea?" The queen said, "Birbal." Akbar said, "Kudos to Birbal." Now, Guru Maharaj Ji said, "So my dear ones, what is the moral of the story?" The queen followed the advice of Birbal and was reunited with the king. Similarly, in the guidance of a guru, we can meet and get closer to God. Only with God's grace we can worship Him and serve Him. For example, if you want to serve a person, but the person is not ready to accept your service, then how can you serve him? So, a person can serve God only with His grace. And how will we get His grace? When we give up our ego. That means, only when we give up our I, that is ego, and mine, that is attachment. The feeling of me and mine. When we let go of it, only then we get His grace. A person who believes that all that he has is due to the blessings of God, then he receives His grace. Our Guru shows us the path. He tells us to surrender to God and quit ego and attachment. When you bow down to God to seek His blessings, you have to put your head down. Without bending, how will you get the blessing? Hence, be humble and serve your Guru. Only then will God be pleased with you. When God is happy, we get His devotion and we become content in life. बोलिए सतगुरुदेव भगवान की जय।